Welcome back to the String Pickers channel, where picking strings is what we love and what we do. Today, we're continuing the upgrades on treble. I've got him hung on the wall right now because I've been showing some love to Draco here. Been recently playing some stuff in drop C. This is my drop C guitar. Great guitar. It's got EMGs in it, but we have a new package today. So we'll break out my little knife here, open her right up. I don't think that's nearly big enough, but it's sharp. I originally was going to go with Geiger tuners for treble. However, I was impressed so much by the pickups that I got for that guitar that I decided I would go with the same brand of tuners. So we have some Saphue, and I'm sorry if I'm pronouncing that wrong, Saphue tuning machines for this guitar. They are locking tuners. Oh man, these look pretty nice. I told you in the video where we put the pickups in my good old buddy over here that we were going to black it out, have a little black, a little white, and then the rest of it purple. I'm not a huge fan of chrome on guitars if it doesn't look like it belongs there. That's the reason why I changed out this, and I've got a few little upgrades coming for my Saphue double neck here. But this is what we are looking at. Check that out. Now these are a 21. Oh, they're smooth. Yes, sir. These are a 21-to-1. Don't ask me why I went that route. I mostly use 18-to-1 on some of these, but it just seemed like 21-to-1 would be a little finer of a tuning stability that you could get in real good on the tuning, but those feel nice. But however, we are going to install these today, and we're going to check out the difference that it makes on our good old buddy treble. We also have coming up something that I've decided to do to treble that I thought about doing when I did put those pickups in. We're going to split that bridge humbucker. I'm okay with the neck. The neck humbucker, it clocks in about 8K, and I'm okay with the tone on that. But on the bridge, I'm kind of wanting to split that a little bit because it is hot. But if I decide to play anything not so high gain, I want that tonal option. I do have a split coil knob, a push-pull coming for that guitar. That's going to change that up a little bit. But yeah, I think it's going to make a difference taking those off. These are not bad. I'm going to keep these. I might put them on something, maybe another build or something. They're not bad. They hold tune rather well. The only reason why I'm changing these tuners is because of the aesthetics of the guitar. You'll probably notice that I found a couple of black knobs. I took the silver knobs off. Also found some black strap buttons that are put on there. And I'm taking this plastic. I have, believe it or not, I've got ordered a metal knob for the three-way split, the three-way knob here. And but yeah, once I get these tuners in and get that push pull knob in for that humbucker, this guitar will be done, and I will get to enjoy it for what it is for years to come, unless somebody offers me an extremely good deal on it. And at this point, with everything I've got in it, I don't know. I will tell you this. I'm doing this guitar to show you that you can make these budget guitars extremely nice. Budget guitars, I bought this for 59 bucks. Had to pay $20 shipping. Wasn't crazy about that, but it didn't come from Amazon. It come through Amazon. I had to pay the shipping to the original people, I guess. Whoever, Glary, Taxon, whoever shipped it out. So basically, I got about $90 in it. And what I wanted to prove is you can upgrade these to the point and turn them into awesome, awesome guitars. As long as everything is stable, as long as you know what you're doing when it comes to building guitars, fretwork, truss rod adjustments, stuff like that. As long as you get familiar with building guitars, and it could be a hobby of yours, I don't know. But I wanted to prove that you can have a really nice guitar for a really low price. I've got $90 in this originally. When you factor in the spray paint that I bought, I spent I think 20 on the spray paint that I bought for it. So that's 110. I spent 20 after taxes for the pickups, so that's 130. Another 20 for the tremolo, the Geiger tremolo that I put in it. I think was, I can't remember how much that was. We'll call it 30 to be safe, but I know it was under that. So what did I say? 130. So there's $160. I had nothing in the knobs because I already had those. Nothing in the strap buttons. And these I had, I think, $15. No, yeah, $15. So $175 there. And the potentiometers that I replaced, the new pots I put in, I already had those. I bought a big bag of them that had 8 or 10 in it for like, I don't know, 10 bucks, I think. So roughly about $175. And I bought 2 of the push pull knobs that should be here within a couple of days. And those costed me $6 plus tax. So we're going to call it $180. $180 is what I got into this. Oh, well, the shielding. And I think I only give like $7 for the copper foil tape. So we'll just call it safe $190. $190, and this is what I got for $190. Not bad. You guys have heard me play this. You've heard what it sounds like. You know what it sounds like. So I'm going to take you to the bench, and we are going to replace these tuning keys. I'm going to show you how to do that if you've never done that before. After all, this is a channel to help you work on your own equipment. There's a lot of our community out there that puts up videos like this to better educate you on how to do things so that, well, we're not trying to put luthiers out of business. Trust me, I have to take stuff there sometimes myself, especially if it's on a way more expensive guitar, you know, than what I've got. Um, so yeah, I'm going to show you how to do that. We're going to get it over here on the bench. I'm going to set you guys up, and we are going to put in some super fine locking tuners on this guitar, and we're going to get this thing completely looking just crazy. So hang on just a minute. First thing we're going to learn is when you are taking these off, if you have somewhat of a floating tremolo system, you need to make you a block to go under so it won't be so bad once you go to tuning this thing back up, because this does come back to a stop. Not all the way, but it does come back to a stop. But it is off of that stop a little bit, so this is what we're doing. You loosen all these bad boys up. Okay, we're back. I meant to show before I took them all off, the best way to take your strings out is one of these little things, grab, pull, and then just slide them right off there. I am joined today by my son, who decided to come over. What's up? I don't know if you guys can hear him because I got this thing plugged up to my head. So if you guys hear me talking to him, I'm just walking through this. Never, ever do this. I've got a wrench coming just for this. I do not recommend this at all because you will scar your paint if you don't know what you're doing. But this is the best way I can loosen them right now until my little wrench thingy shows up. Brandon Grogan got a hold of me. I think it was 2 days ago. He's asked me what I would charge to do a pickup swap in his 7-string. And I asked him, I said, well, are they active, passive, you know, stuff like that. And he said they're passive, but he's got an 8-string Ibanez RG8. Yeah. He's wanting to take the pickups out of it and put in the 7-string. And I guarantee you, I know exactly who he bought that 8-string off of. He probably do. I don't know. He didn't send me no pictures. Is it solid white? I don't know. He didn't send pictures, didn't, and know nothing. But he wants the pickups out of it, and which, you know, Ibanez does good with their pickups. I like their stuff, but they are when I don't, well, see, I can't say because I don't know what he's got, but if you get that budget 8-string, about the only thing good in that guitar is the pickups. Yeah. You have to do a lot of setup work to those things. I know a dude I worked with at Hutchinson's. His name was Dennis. And he tried selling them
RG8, and it was solid white. He was trying to sell it for like $200. I'm wondering if that ain't the same guitar.
It could be. I don't know. And I don't even know what kind of 7-string he's got that he's wanting them swapped in. But I told him I wasn't going to charge him. I said, if you just let me film it, and that the whole basis behind this channel is to teach other people to do the same thing.
Yeah.
Without having to. It's not like I'm trying, and I said this in the intro of this video. It's not like I'm trying to put luthiers out of business, but there's a lot of us out there that can't afford it. And if it is, it's $50 just to put something on their bench. $50. That's an automatic fee right there. This the carbon head, when I had the caps replaced and all the stuff done to that, $50 just for them to set it on their bench and look at it. That was it, $50 out of that 200. That's what.
That's insane.
It is, but they got, they do know what they're doing, and that amp sounds better than it ever has. So, but who knows? Okay, guys, you've seen on the front side, we just took the nuts and the washers off each one of these. And like I said, I'm going to keep these, and we may use them in something else. I don't know. May not. Just depends, but got to keep parts. That's what I'd like to do. I've got a few sets of these tuners like this, and if a tuning machine goes bad, at least I know that I've got one. These are just a little too, I don't know if you can hear that, too rattly. They're good. They just unbranded tuning machines. And what I'm trying to teach you is you can upgrade these guitars and have something awesome. So I'll be right back. Let me take these other 4 out and we'll start working on putting the new ones in. Okay, guys, I've got one of these in, but I wanted to walk you through the process, because when you buy these things, you need to make sure that you get a 3x3, which is what I've got here. And these little tiny screws you need to be very, very wary of, because if you drop one of these things, it's gone. You will never see it again. Takes the tiniest, see there? Takes the tiniest 4-way that you've probably got, and just screw them in like this. On the back side, that holds them in place, and then I will step you over to the front side to show you how that's going to work. Okay, we've got all of them on there. Look at that.
That is nice.
That's just sexy. Absolutely sexy. All right, ladies and string pickers. Next step is the washers. And these are, oh, they're beveled on one side. I better check them other two. Yeah, that's right. And that one's right. Okay. 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 All right, now that's got those in, and oh, they give me extra screw. Well, isn't that nice then? They probably figured I was going to drop those. Your next step is to put your little screw on top here on each one. Make sure it goes down past the washer. And then we're going to tighten all these up. I will say again, get one of those little wrenches that you can use to do this with, because that is going to be your absolute best bet. I have one ordered. I thought I had a millimeter wrench I could use, but this is what I'm using, and I do not recommend it. So do as I say, not as I do. You're familiar with that, right?
Yes, I am.
So we just want to tighten these up. Go around and tighten all these up, and then we'll come back and get the strings on it, get her tuned up, and then give you guys a little bit of a sound test. Okay, for those of you out there that are not familiar with locking tuners, let me explain the function real quick here. Locking tuners, you don't have to do the windy 3 or 4 times to make sure that it's going to stay in tune. All you got to do is put your string through, and once you get your string through, well, you have to loosen this knob up on the back of the tuning machine, and once you get your string through, make sure that they're straight. Now if you use new strings, these strings are good strings. If you use new strings, then you ain't got to worry about this. But mine had a bend on the end of it. So you get them through like this, and you tighten up the back side, and what it does is it clamps that string in that tuning key. And then once I do that, I always like to bend it up just a little bit, and then you can hold your string down into your nut slot, the slot it's supposed to be in, and then you just wrap them around. So let me get the rest of this done, and we'll be right back with you guys. Here we are for the sound test. Get a good look at her. Got the Saphue tuners in her. Locking. Now, of course, we all know what it sounds like, but what we're going to do is check tuning stability. G's out just a hair. think that'll pass the mustard. Well, string pickers, I think we got good old Trouble here finally in a good mood. I don't know if you guys have watched any of the videos in the past to this in the playlist, but this guitar found a gun, shot at me, all that good stuff. It does have its little quirks here and there, but nothing really that I couldn't fix myself. And that's the whole basis behind these videos, is I want to do something to show you guys that you can do stuff on your own. All you got to do is be confident and set your mind to it. I'm not confident about a lot of things, but if it's mine, I don't worry about it too much. I don't worry about it too much. But I did want to change out the tuners, and now it has some Saphues on there. I did say earlier these were 21 to 1. They're not. They're 18 to 1s, and I apologize for that. I wanted the 21 to 1s, but apparently I've either hit the wrong one and left it in the basket or whatever. It doesn't matter. I got locking tuners, so that's the thing. You can see they hold tuning rather well. Not that my other tuners that I had didn't, but these do, and they don't rattle at all. They're a little bit lower profile than the other ones were, but he is looking good. I am going to do one more thing to this guitar, and I am going to put a push-pull in here for this bridge pickup. Most of you know from the last videos, this bridge pickup is also a Saphue cranking 16K. She's loud and proud, and I'm telling you, if you can tell, I've had to lower it way down to kind of help, because if you set it to where it's supposed to be, she gets screechy and makes a little bit of noise. But hopefully when we get the split coil in there, that'll change. It sounds decent where it's at right now. I'm thinking about, actually, I may put strap locks in it. I'm not sure yet. I think I have a pair of strap locks to put in it, so that won't cost me any money. Ladies and gentlemen, I say all of that to say this. This guitar, I have $190 into this guitar. That's what I've got in this guitar. And it turned out really good. I mean, just look. I did the paint myself with an easy paint technique. Clear coating sucked. Most of you are probably better at that than I am. Base coat of purple. Locking tuners. $190. And I'm very, very happy with it. Very happy with it. Anyway, that's going to be our video for today, guys. I really do appreciate you guys coming in and checking it out. We are going to, I have never installed a brand new split coil. That's coming up on this guitar probably in the next video, and then he will be done, and we can put him amongst the crowd and use him as we see fit, especially for songs that has a little bit of that trim wiggle stick in there. But I appreciate you guys coming in and following along with me on this journey. I look forward to seeing you again, and as always, have the most blessed day ever. God bless you all, and I'll see you later.